About like was she walking with the wrong people? I mean, it was hard to tell from the release, but what was this about?
I don't know, and that's what I hope when I do the briefing later on this afternoon that I will find out through the interviews that they did with the suspects that if they give that information to us. I do know this from our experience with our youth gangs. They tend to form along ethnic grounds, so it'd be interesting to see what we find out.
And what about this gang problem? We talked to Rebecca Beatty a long time ago, and I was surprised. Like a year ago, she said there's probably like 2 dozen of them around here. I mean, is this still growing? Or are we kind of stemming it? Like, what's?
Oh, it's kind of interesting. I mean, there's been some studies done about the gang problem here in Utica. It's been done by the Department of Justice, and just recently, Safe Schools did had an individual coming in and doing a gang assessment here in the city of Utica, which they shared with us as well. And it's kind of interesting because they kind of describe gangs in a couple of formats. One, they see youth gangs formed along ethnic ground basis. They're kind of disorganized, hybrid gangs that basically exist for personal protection, and it causes minor mayhem here and there. Then you have your drug gangs that model the gang structure to operate, and then the third element is your motorcycle gangs. So, is our gang problem that from these studies and research that's been done is as large as in maybe other cities? We don't see it as serious, but it's an emerging gang problem. It's something that we have to take serious and that we have to get on right away. In addition to that, before this incident yesterday, I had met with representatives from the Netta County Probation, Scott McNamara's office, U.S. Marshal's office, about forming a gang committee, youth gang committee, for the purpose of dealing with youth gangs from the point of sharing information among all these different entities so that we all are on the same page. And more importantly, if we could take some preventative suppression efforts in the future. And I've got commitments from several different entities, and we're looking to get our first gang meeting, youth gang committee meeting, somewhere in August.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They're not connected to like Crips and Blood. I'm sure they like to think they are.
Yeah.
With all the
I know, right?
we're a huge refugee city, and what ends up happening is like the Burmese when they first came over here, it's a cultural difference for them when they first come on. And what you find is a lot of times they form gangs for personal protection.